President Trump met with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney during the G7 summit in Calgary, Canada. After their meeting, Trump took questions from reporters. He spoke about trade, tariffs, and even suggested, again, that Canada should become the 51st U.S. state. Reporter: Mr. President, is the USMCA dead? Trump: no, it's still a good deal, but it needs to be followed. It's up for renegotiation soon. Trump said the U.S. Mexico-Canada trade deal, USMCA, worked well in the past, but changes are coming. Reporter: what do you want most from Canada? Trump: smiling friendship. Reporter: that's not a concession. Trump: we'll always be friends with Canada. Trump kept things light, saying his top priority was keeping a good relationship with Canada. He also mentioned his family's ties to Canada and praised Canadian icons like Wayne Gretzky. Reporter: do you still think Canada should be the 51st state? Trump: yes, I still think it would be better for them, but only if they want it. Reporter: would you respect it if Canadians said no? Trump: of course. It's their choice. Trump suggested that joining the U.S. could benefit Canada with lower taxes, more protection, and better deals, but said it's entirely up to Canadians. Carney: smiling, some things aren't for sale, like Buckingham Palace. And like Canada. Prime Minister Carney politely shut down the idea of joining the U.S., but made it clear they still value cooperation. Reporter: what would make you lift the tariffs on Canada? Trump: we're looking at different things, but we want to protect our car industry and energy jobs. So we're not keen on Canadian steel and aluminum. Reporter: could Carney say anything today to change your mind? Trump: no. Trump said tariffs are staying for now. He wants to protect U.S. industries and doesn't believe Canada offers a fair deal yet. Trump blamed previous presidents for bad trade deals, said the U.S. lost trillions to countries like China, highlighted how companies are now investing more in U.S. factories. Trump said tariffs help bring jobs back to America and balance out unfair trade deals. Trump: we're flexible. We'll talk when it's the right time. If they want access to our market, they'll have to pay for it. Trump said he's willing to make deals, but only if they benefit. The USMCA needs updates. He values friendship with Canada. The 51st state idea is still on his mind, but only if Canadians want it. Tariffs won't go away unless the U.S. gets a fair deal. Deals might happen, but on America's terms. Carney's lighthearted, not for sale comment reminded everyone that Canada stands firm on its independence, even as it stays friendly with its powerful neighbor. That wraps up the press Q&A with President Trump and Prime Minister Carney at the G7 summit. It gave us a glimpse into Trump's bold ideas and tough trade stance, mixed with a bit of humor and diplomacy. Trump smiling: no, it's still a good deal, but it needs to be followed. It's up for renegotiation soon. Trump opened the press Q&A with a calm but firm answer on trade. He was asked whether the USMCA, the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, which replaced NAFTA, was falling apart. Trump denied that, but said it's due for changes. Trump: it worked very well, but when countries stop playing by the rules, then it's no longer fair. And fairness is everything in trade. He pointed to loopholes, enforcement issues, and delays in implementation as signs that the agreement is weakening. For Trump, trade deals are living documents. If they don't work for America, he's ready to rewrite them. Trump: we're always going to be friends with Canada. That's not up for negotiation. With that, Trump moved from policy to personal diplomacy. He reminded the audience of how close the two countries are, not just geographically but culturally. Trump brought up his own family connections to Canada and even name-dropped hockey legend Wayne Gretzky as a shared icon between the nations. Trump: there's a lot of love between our countries, but we need to protect our workers, and I know they want the same. Despite his lighthearted tone, Trump made it clear that friendship wouldn't get in the way of putting America's interests first. Reporter: you've said before that Canada should become the 51st U.S. state. Do you still believe that? Trump laughing: yes. I still believe it would be better for them, but it takes two to tango. Yes, he said it again. Trump revived one of his most controversial and attention-grabbing suggestions, that Canada should consider joining the United States. Trump: think about it. Lower taxes, free military protection, bigger markets, all benefits, but only if they want it. I'm not pushing it. I'm just saying it's an option, and a smart one. Trump framed it as an economic win for Canada, a sort of merger that would eliminate tariffs and border issues while giving Canadians access to American infrastructure, military, and markets. Reporter: would you respect it if Canadians said no? Trump: of course. Absolutely. It has to come from them. With that, Trump pulled back slightly. He made it clear that he's not forcing the idea, but he does believe it makes practical sense.